So we're getting down to the the end of my collection. There is still some stuff I can show you though. So today I want to go over my knife style machetes. I showed you my sword style machetes. If you want to go look at that video, I've got some shorter ones here, and I think I got this one first. I think this is all of them. I only have a few of them. But this one is the Bowie machete, and you can see I put a sick tiger stripe sort of thorn design on it. Isn't that sick? You know what I did? I stripped off that black coating with nail polish remover and then put mustard on the blade. So this thing's pretty good as far as a machete goes. The handle isn't too bad. It's got this little thing so your hand doesn't fly out. Material, the grip is not super ergonomic. How small this texturing is. As you're swinging this and there's impact, it hurts. It hurts to swing this around. But it is good for chopping down brush, mild brush that's in the way. Obviously, since it's smaller and lighter, it's not as good as some of the bigger ones at going through the brush, especially the heavier brush. But this is just fine for chopping and stuff. And also, dude, this is 12 inches. As far as I'm concerned, if you whip this thing out, you look pretty terrifying. It is vaguely chef knife shaped, and it's not good for that at all. I've tried using this as a chef's knife, and it's not good. There's something about the profile on this edge. The profile on the edge is too shallow. You need a more of a flat grind for a good kitchen knife. This false edge, I can't get it sharp for the life of me. And that's fine. I'm not sure that I want it sharp. The false edge is actually a little sharp, honestly. It's not gonna cut paper though, so it's not sharp enough. The sheath it comes with is just the regular nylon sheath. But these smaller ones on your hip, they're not as intrusive as some of the bigger ones on your hip. Of course, I don't have my backpack up here right now, but I would just toss this in my backpack on occasion, easy to get out. I had my sister get one of these too. She doesn't go out in the woods or anything, but if she whips this out and shows it to any attacker, they might flee. And also, this is very pointy. I'm sure this will dispatch any potential threat. Now, right now, these back in the day were like $15 because of Cold Steel's sale to some other company. I think Lynn Thompson sold it. The cheapest one on Amazon right now is $26.95. So almost double. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wouldn't pay $25 for this. Some places are charging $35 for this friggin' thing. No, don't do that. This might be, a lot of these might be a thing of the past. As sad as that is to say, with Cold Steel's sale to whatever company, I saw that they're bringing back the Talwar pocket knife. I might actually get that because that's one that I've wanted for a long time and they stopped making it. I'm like, ooh, I guess I'll have to get the Espada instead. Guess I'll have to get the Voyager instead. I would carry the Talwar instead of the Raja if I got it. I never ended up getting the very popular Cold Steel Kukri machete, just the plain Kukri machete. I did, however, end up with this. This is the Kukri Plus machete, the Kukri Plus. It's got this little thingy here, which, if you're fighting someone, is that really that's gonna stop the incoming sword and save your life? Yeah, probably not, but it's cool, I think. It does have a different profile, a different shape to the kukri machete. This is the other one's more round. This is sort of angular. As you can see, I took the coating off of this one too. I also used mustard on this. And it's tough to see, but it's kind of like a catfish skin pattern. It is tough to see because it's so shiny. I don't know how good you can see the catfish skin pattern. And this is kind of gnarly. I showed this to one of my friends. If you remember, I showed the Copus machete, and that was really rusted out because I used it commercially. I used it in my lawn care business, and I used this too in my lawn care business to swing around in smaller spaces that I couldn't get the Copus machete in. And so I had to strip the coating off of this, and I used a rust removing disc on my angle grinder. I got the black coating off and put mustard on it, and it turned out with this weird pattern. Same thing as with the Copus machete. This is a front heavy design with a sickle shape, so it is good for cutting down brush and weeds. This handle it's very similar in texture to the Bowie machete. This is like, I guess, the standard handle shape, and it's not good, to tell you the truth. You will get blisters very fast using this handle. But it's good. It's good. This sheath is okay, I guess. It's not bad, I guess. Now, one of these knife-style machetes I carried for a while was this Machete. Now, I actually looked, and I can't find the Machete on Amazon or anything. Maybe they're not selling it anymore. But this thing is actually like a massive blade. Like, this is pretty big. Like, as big as bigger than my forearm. Very pointy. It's got like a false edge. I like this, false guard. It's obviously not going to stop a sword strike, but if you have to stab something, it's going to prevent your hand from sliding up on the blade. Little curve here so your hand doesn't fall out. The texture is just like a flat plastic, but it's not slippery or anything. Now, the thing with this, even though I like this leaf-shaped blade, I think it's kind of dope looking. This thing kind of sucks. For as heavy as it is, and it is kind of heavy, it doesn't go through brush like you would expect. You don't get the performance that you feel like it should have. When this is in your hand, it feels hefty, it feels strong. And it's not because it's not sharp. I've sharpened it, and if I could compare this to the barong machete, that has a very similar shape. It's a little bit thinner and a little bit longer. The barong outperforms this by miles. It's so much better. It's so superior. This thing blows. It doesn't perform for me. It's cool. I like it. I've thought about like just taking it and cutting it down and making like a long dagger. I thought that would be sick. But since you can't find these anymore, I guess this is kind of like a treasure, huh? You probably shouldn't screw around with it. And even when they were still selling these, they were like $35. I think I got it on sale for like $25. I wouldn't spend that on this. I forgot to mention, actually, speaking of, I can't find this one either on Amazon. I don't think they sell this one anymore. They're selling the regular kukri machete for like $30, which is about what it's always been. But I can't find this kukri plus. There was a bigger version of this called the Royal Kukri, I believe, and I can't find that one either. So the Machete, I don't like it. This is I carried it around for a long time, and you know why? Because this actually fits perfectly in my backpack. Better than the Gladius machete. This fits perfectly in my backpack. This little part goes in the little hole in the bottom. I'll show you the bag one day in depth. But this doesn't perform for me. It doesn't. It doesn't perform for me. Moving on, I got the tactical Tonto machete. There's a thing they call the Tonto machete that they couldn't get rid of. It's like it's sort of shaped. It sort of has this basic blank. It's got this type of handle, but it's got a triangular point on top. Yeah, I don't really know. Those never interested me, so I never got one. But I saw the tactical Tonto on sale for like 18 bucks, and I'm like, "Oh, that's sick. I'll get that to go with my tactical katana machete." And now all I need is the tactical wakizashi. I don't know if they're selling the tactical wakizashi anymore, but I was never willing to spend $35 just to complete the collection when I wouldn't use the wakizashi anyway. Because the katana machete is only 24 inches. That's not a long blade. Why would I need like an 18-inch? This is like 12 inches. Maybe 13 inches. Maybe. This thing has this glossy coating on it. If I can compare this to the Machete, if you can see, I've showed this before. The Machete has like a matte coating where the tactical Tonto has a glossy coating. This glossy coating improves the performance of the machete by a decent margin. I've mentioned before this thing's handle is a lot better. If I can compare it to the tactical katana, the you can see the difference in the handle. This one has strange ridges that's not very comfortable to hold, where this one is more streamlined and flat. You can see looking at it side by side. This glossy coating is sick. This feels really good, especially when you get your hand tucked up right under this Suba. Is that what it's called? I like the Suba too. I don't think you would get the right performance if you were to use this like as a weapon for the same reasons that these don't make good butcher knives or chef's knives, because the blade profile isn't quite right. It's not really intended for slicing. But this out in chopping down brush and stuff is actually really sick. It's really nice. And this sheath it comes with is like this custom one that's nice and streamlined. It's not fat like the other ones. So that's pretty dope, honestly. This flap kind of sucks. I don't get what this is for. What is this for? Why is there a string attached? I don't know. It's dumb. But I do like this thing, and I'll just carry it around my house. Because, in close quarters, I never, never even think that I would have to use it. But in close quarters, it is a lot easier to maneuver, if I had to, a lot easier to maneuver than the katana machete or what have you. And it's not as conspicuous to carry around, That's also a benefit of these smaller knives, of these knife-style machetes, is that it's a little bit easier to walk through town into the woods with one of these than it is for the friggin' walking around with a katana machete on your back. So one last one, and this is a recent addition, and I got this luckily just before the announcement of the Cold Steel sale. So these were still kind of, relatively inexpensive. I think it might have been 20 bucks for this. This is the Black Bear Bowie, and you can see this has a similar handle shape to the Machete. It's got this it's got the shiny coating on it. So honestly, I've not been out. I've sort of been locked away for the winter, so I've not gotten out to test this in the field. But this false edge on the back, that looks legit. It's not like the regular Bowie machete. This black bear Bowie, the handle is it's like the Smatchet. It's more comfortable. I thought this would just be the Smatchet with a clip point because it was similarly shaped, but it's actually not. It's like an inch shorter, it seems. This one is a newer gen with that nice coating. This is a lot heavier. The Smatchet is much heavier. I don't know if you can really see the difference in the size. They look kind of similar, but this is a lot lighter. This is heavier. So I'm expecting this thing's performance will feel right. When I go to swing this at a big branch and it doesn't fly right through, it'll feel right because this is lighter. When you swing this at a big branch and it doesn't go through, it feels wrong. It just feels wrong. It feels like it should go through, but this doesn't. So this will feel better to use. I think. I haven't gotten to use it. Maybe I'll start like chronicling my adventures. That'd be kind of fun, right? I'm gonna need something to do for videos. I want to try something different. We're always evolving on the channel, always growing, trying to get better. This sheath it's nice. It's not like the other ones. It seems a bit more rigid and better built, even though it's just the same material. Let me just compare it to the regular Bowie machete. This is the regular Bowie machete's sheath, and you see it's kind of limp. This thing completely, wow. I don't know. Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. But anyway, this sheath is good. It's better. This, just a quick comparison. The Bowie machete to the Black Bear Bowie. And this thing looks cool too. It's almost kind of piratey in a way. So I look less like a weeaboo if I were to carry this one around. And that's stuff you got to think about when you decide to carry a machete. How am I going to look to everyone? That's what's important. How cool you look. Does anyone care about these machete videos? Does anyone watch these? I have a few more machetes that are just actual like regular Latin style machetes that aren't crazy shapes or anything. Maybe I'll show you those. I've got axes. I've got some other gear too. I want to show you my gear bag and all the stuff that's in there. But please subscribe, check out the channel, check out some of my other stuff. I do gaming videos and I do writing videos and stuff. Tell stories, play games, have fun on the channel. So hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, smash the like button, and I'll be back.